Hello friends, good morning. So in last lecture we will start discussing about the second line of defense mechanism, and up till now we discussed first two components of the second line of defense, and these are fever and inflammation. Now in this particular lecture let us see third component of the second line of defense, and it is phagocytosis. Now what is phagocytosis? How this phagocytosis was involved, or how it gives the second line of defense mechanism. Now, all of you know phagos means engulfment of a foreign material, especially when antigen is bacterial antigen. When antigen is cellular antigen, it may be any RBC from another cell, another body, or it may be any pathogen. In that case, when cellular antigen is there, that cellular antigen was engulfed by WBCs from the blood. That process is called as phagocytosis. So, in the phagocytosis, the cells involved are WBCs. As you know, blood consists of two main types of the cell. One is RBC and another is WBC, that is white blood cells, which are also called as leukocytes. These leukocytes are the main cells of phagocytosis. These leukocytes, from the leukocytes, the very important cells involved in the phagocytosis are PMNs. PMNs are the the long form is polymorphonuclear neutrophiles. Neutrophils. These are called as PMNs. These PMNs are also called as polymorphonuclear leukocyte. This is the main cell involved in the phagocytosis, which is present especially in the blood. This cell, the characteristic of this cell is, as name given, is polymorphonuclear. Polymorpho means its nuclear material is bilobed. Suppose these are the cells, their nuclear material or nucleus is multi-lobed nucleus. That is the shape of nucleus. These are granulocyte. Another very important property of the cell is these are granulocytes. What is granulocytes? Their cytoplasm consists of granule. These are very large cells in their size. They are larger in size. At the same time, their nucleus is peripheral. Peripheral म्हणजे nucleus थोडं एका बाजूला असतं, and that nucleus is multi-lobed nucleus. So this is multi-lobed nucleus. That is the special properties of these polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Their lifespan in the blood is usually from their origin up to the 8 to 9 hours. They remain in the blood, and within that within that period, they can able to engulf about 5 to 20 bacterial antigen. And for engulfment or for destroying that antigen, these cells are formed in the body. So that is the property of polymorphonuclear neutrophil, which is the major cell in the circulating blood, and which is helpful for the engulfment, which is helpful for ingesting any foreign antigen, especially bacterial antigen, into the blood. It clear of the bacterial antigen. Here these are polymorpho. As I told, this consists of multi-lobe nucleus. Along with this, another second most important cells are also present in the blood, and these are mononuclear phagocytic cell. Mononuclear. You will just understand the difference between polymorphonuclear and mononuclear. In case of mononuclear, their DNA is kidney shaped. It is not multi-lobed nucleus. That is the nature. Kidney shaped nucleus is there, and they are not usually granular cells. So mononuclear phagocytic cell, that is the another type of the cells present in the blood. These mononuclear phagocytic cells, when they are present in the blood, when they are originated in the blood, they are very small sized cells. Their size is very small, and they are called as monocytes. Monocytes here. These monocytes remain in the cell for a few hours, and then in the blood they get matured to a large sized cell called as macrophages. So monocytes are matured to macrophages, and these macrophages perform the function of phagocytosis. So we can say that these monocytes or mononuclear phagocytes, which we may call as monocytes. Monocytes are the precursor cells of the macrophages. Yes, these are the precursor. Precursor means means these monocytes forms macrophages. After the maturation of monocyte, macrophages are formed, and these macrophages, some of the macrophages migrate in the tissues and they get settled there, and some of the macrophages remain in the blood flow. They are called as wandering macrophages, and those which get fixed in the tissues are called as fixed macrophages. So they are differentiated depending upon their site of accumulation. If they flows in the body fluid and tissue blood, then they are called as wandering macrophages, and if they get settled in the tissue, in the specific tissue, they are called as fixed macrophages. For example, some of the cells migrated in the liver and get settled in the liver. Those macrophages get fixed in the liver and protect the liver. These cells are called as Kupffer cells. त्यांना म्हणतात Kupffer cells. हे लक्षात ठेवा, Kupffer cells are related to our liver. They protect our liver. The Kupffer cells are the macrophages, phagocytic macrophages present in the liver. Then another good example is alveolar macrophages. Alveolar macrophages, they are also called as guard cells. They are present at the opening of the lungs. They are also called as pulmonary macrophages. Pulmonary macrophages, they protect lungs from the external antigen. Foreign antigen to be enter in the lungs get killed at the opening of the lungs, because at that side there is presence of a type of macrophages called as alveolar macrophages, guard cells, or it is also called as pulmonary macrophages. Here there are some macrophages which are present in the peritoneal cavity, that is our intestine, and that peritoneal cavity has macrophages which are named as peritoneal macrophages. Peritoneal macrophages. So these are the different types of the macrophages. They are named depending upon the tissues in which they get located and they get fixed, and here they gives the protection. So these are the major cells. कुठल्या कुठल्या cells झाल्या मग, तर in the blood WBCs are there. Among the WBCs, these polymorphonuclear neutrophiles. Why they are called as neutrophiles? Because they are stained by the, they have no affinity towards acidic or basic stain. All of you know that in the blood there is some WBCs called as acidophiles, some are basophiles and some are neutrophiles. Acidophiles are the cells which are having affinity towards the acidic stain, and neutrophils, basophiles have affinity towards the basic stain, and last one is a neutrophile. Phagocytic cells are especially neutrophile. They are granulocyte. Remember this, they are granulocyte. Their cytoplasm consists of granule. Their size is very large. This polymorphonuclear neutrophil is the major cell of the phagocytosis, and another cell is the monocytes. Monocytes are the precursors of the macrophages. Macrophages are the main invading cells which are present all over the body. They are present in all tissues, different organs of the body, as well as they are present in the blood flow. So they are wandering macrophages as well as fixed macrophages. So all these cells are involved in the process of phagocytosis. Now let us see the process of phagocytosis, how actually these cells perform the engulfment of any foreign material, how they destroy the antigen from our body. Now in case of this cell, as you know, as we discussed, the characteristic of the cell is cytoplasm. Their cytoplasm is granular. They consist of large amount of granule. That cytoplasm was found to be rich in the lysosomal granule. At the same time, this phagocytic cell is rich in the ribosomes. Their granule consist of, त्याचे cytoplasm मध्ये granular material आपण जे म्हणतो, that consists of large amount of ribosome. At the same time, lysosome granules are also present in their cytoplasm, and that indicate that is the component required for the digestion of foreign material. त्यातलं जे lysosome आहे ते आणि ribosome both are required during the digestion. Now what happens, suppose this is the cell phagocytosis. How this takes place, phagocytosis? Suppose this is the PMN, polymorphonuclear phagocytic cell, or you may say it as a macrophage. कोणती cell असेल, macrophage or PMN? Now here phagocytosis takes place by three different steps. Which are these different steps? First step is the chemotaxis. Chemotaxis. Second one is the attachment. attachment of foreign material on phagocytic cell. Third one is the ingestion, and last one is the intracellular digestion. Ingestion, and fourth one is the intracellular digestion. By this intracellular digestion, and last is the exocytosis. So these are the 5 steps of the phagocytic mechanism. Here, as I told, phagocytosis is the engulfment of foreign antigen, especially when antigen is bacterial cell or when antigen is any blood cell. In that case, these cells are phagocytosed. They are engulfed by such a large phagocytic cell and they are destroyed from the body. This process takes place by 5 different steps, through 5 different steps, chemotaxis. Now what happens in the chemotaxis? These PMNs, neutrophils, or these macrophages are migrated towards the site where antigens are present. Suppose there is injury to the body, and in the injury case, as we discussed in previous lecture, during the injury, inflammation occur. Inflammation होतं म्हणजे जिथे इंजुरी झाली तिथे सेल्स कट होतात, सेल्स सिक्रेट देअर ऍसिड्स, आणि ऍसिडिक कंटेंट मुळे तिथे काही किमोटॅक्टिक फॅक्टर सिक्रेट होतात लाईक ब्रॅडिकायनिन, आणि तुमची आर्टरी डायलेट होते. डायलेशन होतं म्हणजे एनलार्ज होते आर्टरी आणि लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ ब्लड फ्लो कॅरी केला जातो. अलॉंग विथ दॅट ब्लड, these cells, phagocytic cells, get migrated at the site of injury. So chemotaxis is movement of this phagocytic cell at the site of injury in response to the chemical secreted by the body. That is called as chemotaxis. After the chemotaxis, once this cell come in contact with the antigen, suppose this is the bacterial antigen, एखादा bacteria असेल, typhoidचा bacteria असेल, consider. So this antigen come in with the help of chemotaxis. These phagocytic cell come in contact with the antigen. These antigens get attached at the cell surface. For the attachment, there is presence of certain receptors. These receptors are the antibodies, especially IgD antibody. IgD type of antibody is present on the surface. These are called as opsonin antibodies, on which your antibodies as antigen get attached, and that antigen was engulfed by forming the pseudopodia. So there is formation of pseudopodia. This is double wall of the WBC, not actually WBC, it is phagocytic cell, it may be macrophage. There is formation of such pseudopodia. These pseudopodia grow and engulf that foreign material. That foreign material was engulfed and it enters into that antigen enters into the cytoplasm by the process of endocytosis. It is called as endocytosis. In the endocytosis, this phagocytic cell forms a pseudopodia. That pseudopodia grows around the WBC, around the antigen, and antigen was taken in the cell. And now this, when it enters into the cell, it gets coated by the membrane. That membrane bound antigen is called as phagosome. त्याला म्हणतात phagosome. Here, as I told, this cell has a multilobe nucleus. त्याच्यात multilobe nucleus असेल. This is nucleus of the cell. This is peripheral. Peripheral असते, एका बाजूला असतात. Here, this cell has a granular cytoplasm. Cytoplasm granular आहे, which consists of phagosome as well as ribosome. So there is fusion of this lysosomal granule. This is lysosomal granules to the phagosome. So fusion of lysosome to the phagosome. After this fusion, your structure will like this. So this lysosomal content was liberated in the phagosome where your antigen is there. Our aim is to destroy this antigen. So this structure is called as phago. As it was fused with the lysosome, it is called as phagolysosome. Once there is phagolysosome was formed, this lysosomal content was liberated in the phagolysosome. Now what is the lysosomal content? How there is digestion of this antigen. आता antigen digestion कसं होतं? तर there are two types of this is the ingestion. हे आपण आता डिस्कस केलं ते ingestion. Then there is intracellular digestion. Now what happens in the intracellular digestion of this antigen? हा जो आतला antigen आहे हा digest करायचा आहे त्या सेलला. There are two types of two ways of intracellular digestion. कसे दोन वे इंट्रासेल्युलर डायजेशनचे, तर वन इज ऑक्सिजन independent digestion, oxygen independent digestion, and second is the oxygen dependent digestion. Now first of all we will see the oxygen independent digestion. In case of oxygen independent digestion, what happens, these lysosomal granules release its content in the phagolysosome, and this lysosomal, we are discussing this oxygen independent digestion. This lysosomal granule consist of that mainly consist of lysozyme. All of you know that lysozyme is antimicrobial enzyme. It specially act on the bacterial cell wall. So that lysozyme was secreted, released from the lysosome. It attacked the bacteria, add their peptidoglycan. It also has a lipase enzyme, lysosomal lipase, lysosomal content also consists of second enzyme lipase. It acts on the lipid content of the cell. It also contains enzyme ribonuclease. These ribonuclease attack the RNA of this bacterial cell. It also contains collagenase enzyme. All these are the hydrolytic enzyme helpful to digest the bacteria. It also consists of reactive nitrogen metabolites. Reactive nitrogen metabolites, or this content is essential to digest this bacterial antigen. So with the help of this, bacterial antigens start to get digest. Now second one is the oxygen dependent. Now what is oxygen dependent? How this oxygen dependent mechanism for the intracellular digestion takes place. Now what happens when this antigen was digested? इथे जेव्हा येतो antigen phagolysosome मध्ये, once there is formation of phagolysosome, this total cell gets stimulated. ही सगळी cell stimulate होते and it start the there is a oxygen burst. It is called as oxygen burst. Now what is oxygen burst? In case of after the ingestion of foreign material, cell stimulate one pathway. There is enhanced hexose monophosphate pathway. This pathway is oxygen metabolic pathway. Here this hexose monophosphate pathway was operated on the large scale once there is ingestion of foreign material. Now what happens, this hexose monophosphate pathway produces NADPH2. This large amount of reduced energy was secreted in the cell at that time, and that reduced energy was again oxidized to NADP. Yes, and during this oxidation of a large amount of NADH2 is formed because this hexose monophosphate pathway, it is called a shunt pathway. This was stimulated, and this excess NADPH2 is formed, which was oxidized to NADP. And during this oxidation, there is liberation of large amount of oxygen metabolites. Now, which are these oxygen metabolites liberated in the cell? These oxygen metabolites are nascent oxygen, it is superoxides, hydrogen peroxide, hydroxyl radicals are also secreted, and these are the oxygen metabolites secreted during the oxidation of oxidation of NADH2 to NADP, NADPH2 to NADP, and these superoxides are having a strong hydrolytic action. They are strong hydrolytic action. They can easily perform the hydrolysis of the antigen present in the phagolysosome. So by using such oxygen dependent mechanism as well as oxygen independent mechanism, this antigen was digested. हा सगळा antigen digest केला जातो, and some of the essential portions from the digested antigen, हा जो बॅक्टेरिया आहे याच्यामध्ये न्यूक्लिक ऍसिड असेल, न्यूक्लिक ऍसिडचे कंपोनेंट असतील, काही इसेन्शियल प्रोटीन्स असतील, they are absorbed by the cell, and that undigested material, जे राहिलेले मटेरियल आहे, that undigested material was removed from the cell by the process of exocytosis. That is called as exocytosis. जसं एनगल्फमेंट साठी सिडोपोडिया तयार करते सेल आणि आत घेते अँटीजेनला, तसंच सिडोपोडिया तयार करून हे सेल मधलं कंटेंट undigested material was removed from the cell. So that is how foreign antigen was engulfed and it was digested by the cell by these two mechanisms, oxygen dependent and oxygen independent mechanism, and that undigested material was removed. So this is the process of phagocytosis, which is the main step involved in the second line of defense. त्यामुळे ब्लड मध्ये जे काही येईल ते सगळं ब्लड मधलं फॉरेन मटेरियल, फॉरेन अँटीजन, इंजुरी एखाद्या ठिकाणी असेल तर तिथून येणारं फॉरेन मटेरियल, ऑल दॅट मटेरियल वॉज फॅगोसायटोइज्ड बाय these special type of the cell. कुठल्या cells? The phagocytic cells are polymorphonuclear granulocytes, which are also called as polymorphonuclear neutrophiles. They are also called as, or another cell is macrophages, which are originated from the monocytes in the cell. So that's all about the phagocytosis, and that is how we complete the second line of defense mechanism. अच्छा, जर नंतरचा जो पॉइंट आहे दॅट इज द नॉर्मल फ्लोरा ऑफ द बॉडी, आय थिंक दॅट वॉज रिड्यूस्ड फॉर दिस इयर, त्यामुळे तो पण बघणार नाही आपण. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर विल सी द स्पेसिफिक डिफेन्स. आता जे काही बघितलं आपण, फर्स्ट लाईन ऑफ डिफेन्स, सेकंड लाईन ऑफ डिफेन्स, बोथ हॅव द टाइप ऑफ नॉन स्पेसिफिक डिफेन्स मेकॅनिझम. इथं बॉडी काय आहे ते बघत नाही, जे काय येईल ते डिस्ट्रॉय करते. नाऊ इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर विल सी द स्पेसिफिक डिफेन्स मेकॅनिझम. त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला अँटीजीन अँड अँटीबॉडी हे दोन कन्सेप्ट स्टडी करायचे. and that is how we complete the topic. So here I will stop the lecture. Thank you.